Hey everybody, Grant Miller here, Miami Community Newspapers. I'm with Ana Maria Rodriguez, running for Florida State Senate. Welcome.
Thank you, Grant. I appreciate the invitation to be here today.
So to clarify it, I've known you how long?
Close to 20 years now.
See, women measure by years. Men measure by weight. So it's about 30 pounds ago for me. So before we get into the Senate area, let's learn more about you. Where were you born? Where you went to elementary school? And when I ask you elementary, middle school, high school, college, when you name it, I want you to name your favorite teacher. Go. Where were you born?
I was born at Baptist Hospital on Kendall Drive in 1977. I'm 43 years old. I went to Playhouse Biltmore School for pre-kindergarten on 57th Avenue on Red Road. I don't remember the name of the teacher back then. I was too small. And then I went to St. Teresa Catholic School.
Who was your favorite teacher?
Miss Marty.
Were you there when
And she's a principal now.
What was the guy's name with the mustache?
Oh, Frank Ramos.
I just
Coach
want to make
Ramos.
sure.
He was my favorite PE teacher.
I love when people go, I went to St. Teresa, and I go like this, and they go, what are you talking about? If you went to St. Teresa, you knew what I talk about.
He had a handlebar mustache.
For the rest of you people out in the world that don't know, he had a mustache. He was the athletic director, baseball coach.
He's still alive, and he still works there.
And he is, I didn't go to St. Teresa, but he's an incredible person. So, okay, and then after St. Teresa?
After I graduated from St. Teresa in 91, I went to Our Lady of Lourdes Academy, which is a fabulous all-girls school here in Miami. And I graduated in 1995. And then after that, I was very fortunate because my parents did the Florida prepaid.
Right.
I forgot to tell you, my favorite teacher at Lourdes was Miss Getz, Sandra Getz.
Sandra, shout out to you, baby.
Yeah, she taught me public speaking and
who would have known?
Yeah, and I got the #1 in public speaking in Lourdes. Who else? Oh, I had a lot of Miss Cabana. Miss Cabana was the art teacher, and she also taught us humanities. So that was a great teacher. And then after that, I went to FIU, and I graduated in 1999 with a major in public relations. So I went to the School of Communications at FIU.
So after that, where did you go to work?
So I went to work with a lobbyist in Tallahassee who was a dear friend of ours. That was how you and I met. His name was Bob Levy. And he really taught me the ins and outs of government and public service. And
he taught you passion.
He taught me passion, and he did. And the fire in the belly. And that's...
You guys handled quite a range of clients, and you guys did a lot of nonprofit work. I know you guys did that. Yeah. All right, so then you left Bob and went to...
I went to work with Phyllis Oders at Baptist Health. I give her a big shout out. I love Phyllis. She's awesome. And actually, Phyllis just retired from Baptist earlier this year. So she worked there for many years, and she did an outstanding job. So I had the pleasure of working with her and many other people at Baptist. And then after Baptist, I decided to run for office, which was something I had never planned to do ever, having been behind the scenes for the vast majority of my time. And so I decided to run for councilwoman in the city of Doral in 2010. And that went well because I was reelected in 2014 unopposed in Doral, which is great, vote of confidence.
And who was the mayor at the time?
So the mayor in Doral was J.C. Bermudez.
The godfather of it.
The godfather. And so he was term limited. As I was coming in, he was on his way out. So I got to serve 2 years with J.C. And then for 4 years, I served with another person, another mayor. And then
okay.
Who shall remain?
Okay, we'll skip that.
We'll skip those 4 years.
You're very lucky to work with JC because JC loved his community.
Yes.
And he loves he loves Miami-Dade, and he's a class act, and I'm sure you learned a lot from him.
I did. I'm very fortunate in that I've had great mentors my entire life, starting with my parents and my grandparents at home, and from there,
Where did your grandparents grow up?
So my grandparents on both sides are from Cuba. From my father's side of the family, they're from Matanzas, and my mom's side of the family is from Havana.
Of course, almost everybody from Cuba are from Havana or Camagüey.
Or Matanzas.
That's the next
Matanzas.
step. And when did they come over?
They came in the early 60s. My mom's family, which it's very sad, the things that came from communism and Cuba and the Castro regime were atrocious. But my mom and my grandmother separated from my grandfather because they don't let families leave together. Talk about real family separation. That's what communism does, not what happens here.
The way they do it, divide and conquer.
They divide, exactly. So what happened was my grandmother on my mom's side got a visa to go to Madrid, and they lived in Spain for a year. Imagine my grandmother became a single mom overnight and had to spend a year with my mom. Then she was able to get a visa to the United States, and they lived in Passaic, New Jersey, for about a year. And they didn't like the cold weather.
That's Northern Miami. Northern Miami.
Because
it's funny because people don't realize that most Cubans came to Miami or New Jersey.
Right, exactly.
Union City was the big area.
That was a big thing too. Elizabeth, all that area. So my grandmother worked in a factory in Passaic, and then she was able to come down to Miami because one of her sisters had come to Miami, and she said, "Listen, come stay at my house until you get on your feet, and then you can move out." But
for us people that are not, we're third or fourth generations. You're second generation leaving communist countries because everybody comes to the United States for a better life. We don't feel it because we don't understand it because ours came over in 100 years ago, 200, 150 years. We don't feel it. People that came from Cuba, that was 60 years ago, so you feel it, and you'll still understand what communism is. We don't. The people that been here 100 years, we don't understand it, and you still feel it. So it's a completely different feeling we have.
And I've never set foot in Cuba, so it's kind of like how is it that I was raised to feel the pain that they felt?
Well, you saw it in their faces. In their faces,
and every time we would gather, like on the weekends, and somehow, some way, it would come up in conversations.
My ex-father-in-law, who passed away, every January 1st, he'd go, "This is the year that Castro will die." His finger was like this. I don't know why. And he goes, because every January 1st, he would pray that he would die because that's when Castro took over.
Yeah.
So we don't. When I say we, the people that are third generations, we don't understand it. But communism ruins families. That was their goal: to divide and conquer.
It ruins families, Grant, and communism ruins people's dreams, and it ruins their freedom to the freedoms that we take for granted. And I don't take them for granted, and I know you don't take them for granted. But a lot of people take for granted the fact that we live in such a great nation, and we have so many things that people in Venezuela and Cuba and unfortunately other countries throughout the world don't have. And when someone says, "Oh, I support socialism and communism," my response is, I wish you could go to spend a month or two in Cuba, not living in a hotel, living where the average person lives in Cuba or in Venezuela. And that's how you can get a real taste of what you say you like, but you could not. They can't live in there.
Being a councilman in Doral, you had huge population of Cubans and a huge population of Venezuelans who all left. So the communist country. I tell people all the time. People come for a better life, and Miami. As you know, I love Miami. There's no better place. You go up and down Bird Road. How many steakhouses are there? Venezuelan, Cuban, Nicaraguan, in the American steakhouse up and down Bird Road.
Argentinian.
It's so diverse. Yeah. So all right, and Miami-Dade County was built on great immigrants coming here. In the early 1900s, Bahamians came here who literally voted for the city of Miami, built Miami. Then the next influx was Cubans in the 1960s that made Miami a better place. Every nationality that comes makes Miami the greatest place in the world. Yeah. All right, so what desired you to run? You ran for House after that. You were term limited at Doral or no?
I was term limited, so I served in Doral until 2018, and my predecessor is Ambassador Trujillo, Carlos Trujillo, who is now in Washington serving our nation up there. And so he left a vacancy when he was term limited as well. So I ran in his seat because that's where I lived. I lived and I still live in Doral, west of 107th Avenue. So my current House district includes a portion of Doral, and then it goes up to Miramar. So it has the western part of Miramar, and then it goes all the way to Collier County. So
that's Naples.
Yes, Naples. For those that don't know the name of where Naples is, it's Collier County.
Well, it's interesting because in the next year from now, they're going to be redoing districts, correct?
Correct.
and hopefully they'll keep your Senate seat in Dade County, as like Mario Diaz goes all the way up through Collier County too. It's crazy.
Yes. So Mario and I, Congressman Diaz-Balart and I, we share a lot of the footprint of his congressional district with my current House district. And so the district that I'm running in now, which is Senate District 39, overlaps with Congressional District 26, which is currently held by Congresswoman Mukersal Powell.
Yeah, it's unique, and hopefully they'll fix these districts a little bit better.
I hope so.
Okay, so you decided to run for state senate.
Yes.
Now the district runs, give me the boundaries again, all the way to the Key West?
Yes, it starts up over by the 836 Expressway on the northern boundary, and then the southern is Key West. So it literally encompasses the vast majority.
What's the east side?
The east side, it's a little jagged because it goes a little bit east of the Palmetto. So it does pick up a little portions of, not West Miami, but unincorporated Dade County near the city of West Miami.
Near the railroad tracks.
Right, with the railroad tracks, right?
Yeah, Flagami.
Right, Flagami. And then...
Flagami.
Okay,
Flagami. Because, you know... Yeah. and you get Westchester?
It has Westchester. It
Westchester.
has... Westchester.
Okay. You know, for you people, outside people, if you've been born in Miami or you're raised here, it's Westchester.
And then it also includes, it does not include any more of Doral.
Right.
And then it includes all of Sweetwater, and then the area of unincorporated Dade known as the Belen area by Belen School.
Right.
And then it wraps around Chrome Avenue, picks up all the Redlands, Florida City, South Miami, Goulds, Leisure City, Naranja, and then continues down south to Monroe County.
Part of West Bryan? A little bit.
Yeah, it does have a little West Bryan. Mm-hmm.
It's quite a unique area. Some Senate seats, it's all the same. This is not including Key West. Miami-Dade County, you went from wealthy areas to very poor areas to black areas, Hispanic areas, white English. So it's not all the same. So it's very hard to serve everybody. You know, if you serve one community, it's one thing, but that's going to be a tough area because it's all different. And the Keys is unbelievable. I mean, I'm not going to go into the details about the virus, but I love that's it. We're closing. None of you people are allowed in, and it helped, right?
It did. It did help. Obviously, they've seen a spike in numbers as after they opened.
Right.
Things go back to normal. It's a highly contagious virus, but the good news about the virus is that it has a very high survival rate. The mortality rate is extremely low. So I think people who are that have a compromised immune system or could be in a position where they could be, very devastated by getting this should obviously take extra precautions not to by staying home or wearing a shield or whatever they need.
And the Keys are a unique area, especially Key West. Speak about old generations. Key West is old Cubans.
Yes.
People don't realize that when they go down there. There's people who have been there 100 years. They used to go back and forth like we used to go to Bahamas. They're back and forth. It's old generation. And the Keys are an interesting people. They stick together.
Yes.
And by the way, I call it the county manager, but his title's different. Roman, have you met Roman?
Gastesi. I've known him for many years too.
Oh yeah, right.
He's from the mainland. Yeah.
Yeah. I still think he has a rental property in Palmetto Bay. So Roman, I know you're paying attention over there. He's good people.
He is.
And he's done a great job down there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you going to do different than the other state senator, or how are you going to improve that district? And there's because you cross over. I mean, as you know, the number one industry in Dade County is not tourism. In your district is the number one is agriculture.
Agriculture, yes.
People don't realize that. That is the number one industry. And we
have to protect it.
Right. Dade County commissioners need to wake up and pay attention. Stop spending all their energy on tourism. Agriculture is being affected too. And they survived this virus, even though they lost a lot of business on the cruise lines. And FYI, the school board, even though they say they buy local, they don't buy local. School board people, you need to buy local, shop local. So you have the Redland, who's a great team of people. So what will you do different to improve your community?
Well, I'm very fortunate to have the support of Senator Flores, who's the incumbent in this seat, as well as the outgoing representative, Holly Rashine,
who did a great job.
Levite. She also worked for Bob Levy.
Yeah, I know.
And those two women are champions for our community. They worked very hard, tirelessly to bring home resources, and I will do the same. I will work equally, if not harder, to make sure that the Keys and South Dade and all of the district have the proper representation, and that they have adequate resources. Not adequate, but above and beyond, because they need it. They deserve it. And the issues, as you said, range from agriculture, water quality. I would even touch upon affordable housing, just because
the Keys have a huge problem.
As I've spent so much time down there recently, I've learned that a lot of people that work in the Keys don't live in the Keys. They bus in and out.
There's a county bus
that goes up and down, right, that leaves from Florida City, and it goes down back and forth. And it seems to be working well for them. But I think, if you can provide some type of opportunity for these people to live where they work, that it would make their lives much easier. And I think everyone should have that right to live where they work. And also accessibility to home ownership. And that's another issue. The cost of living down in South, not in South Dade, but in the Keys, is very, very high.
Now, when you go down south, you have Florida City.
Yes.
You have Homestead. Mm-hmm. You have two mayors who work very hard to make their community top thing. Mm-hmm. So you said affordable housing, you got the Keys, but Homestead is the only place really that you can almost have affordable housing. So these people are traveling all the way up into Dade County, because there's not a lot of places to build affordable housing anywhere. Mm-hmm. With the governor, who happens to be Republican, do you have a working relationship with him now?
Very positive relationship with Governor DeSantis. And we're very fortunate that he won the last election. Absolutely.
We were lucky enough, we hosted a luncheon for him before he was governor. Mm-hmm. And so I got to meet him for 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. And you could feel it. Some people have a good feeling. He had a really good feeling about him. He wasn't, just a regular guy.
Yeah.
So I think that if you get elected, or when you get elected, it will bring more people to that community. And I think it's an important connection.
I'm going to just throw this out there because, it's going to happen. I sold my house in Doral, and we're buying a house in Homestead. So you're going to be living in the heart of the district. I'm going to be living in the heart of the district, and we're very excited to be moving to Homestead. I wanted to position myself closer to the Keys, because that's, I've gotten that question numerous times. How much time do you plan to spend in the Keys, and how much do you actually? And I tell them, I said, I can't move to the Keys because my work, my actual job is in Miami, but I want to be as close to the Keys as possible, so that at any time I can drive down, and it's not, a terribly far drive. And the Turnpike is actually fantastic. I love, my house is going to be 2 minutes from the Turnpike. So hopefully if I can get accustomed to the traffic patterns, I'll be able to drive up and down rather quickly and be in the northern part of the district as much as possible as well.
So what do you do for, people think that state senators and state representatives make a lot of money.
No.
I know that.
We don't make a lot of money.
You're right.
It's a vocation, Grant. I think if anybody runs for office, it has to be because they truly want to make a positive impact on their community, and they want to leave it better than it was before they got there. That's it.
So what do you do for a living?
I am the senior vice president of the Miami Association of Realtors, and I've been working there for almost 6 years. I love the people that I work with. I have amazing colleagues and amazing leaders that lead our organization, comprised of over 52,000 realtors in South Florida. So we're very fortunate in that our market is doing very well. And I'll give you an example. My house, I put it on the market a couple of months ago, and it literally, I got an offer within 2 days of listing my house. So the South Florida
You listed it yourself?
No, I used a realtor. Are you kidding me? I can't. No, I wouldn't even know where to begin. But yeah, and I'm not a realtor. Just to clarify, you can't be a realtor and work for the Realtor Association. Right. And so our realtor got it in 2 days. We had it under contract.
I have to give a shout out again to Doral. Doral and Coral Gables are working that you don't have to have a car.
Yeah.
In Doral, you don't need one.
No.
They have the trolleys going. They have so many things going on that you could work, live, and play in Doral.
Yes.
And in Coral Gables, also they're trying to do that, make work, live, and play, and we have to start getting that. Get out of the car, get these trolleys. You know, back in the Miami in the early 1800s, they had trolleys everywhere. So, all right. So speak about real estate, realtors in South Miami. You did something. You want to talk about that? That's pretty cool.
It's actually about a block and a half from where we are now at Community Newspapers. It's a shipping container home, which is a prototype for affordable housing. And this was something that we were able to build with a grant from the National Association of Realtors. And it's been a long process, much longer than we anticipated. But we worked in partnership thanks to the generosity of Miami-Dade County, which we worked with their infill housing program. And this was what's considered a non-conforming lot. It's a tiny lot where you really can't build a house. You can't build anything because it's just too small.
Right.
And so we got permission to build a shipping, it's 2 shipping containers side by side. And we've had great partners. We had Costa Farms donate the trees, the landscaping. We started off with Little River Box Company, and we've actually evolutioned into other. We had Fausto Rivas as our architect. We have Alex Cobo as our general contractor, and just amazing partners all along the way. The city of South Miami has been amazing to work with.
That was
super helpful.
Mayor Stoddard at the beginning.
Yes, and
that's right up his alley,
Gill,
by the way.
Yes,
Mayor Stoddard. You know, we've had our differences with us.
Sure.
But this was perfect for him, and he took the ball and ran with it. So congratulations to Mayor Stoddard.
Congratulations. And Commissioner Gill, Louis Gill, super helpful. All the commissioners, frankly, have been super supportive. And in the county, since we're in Commissioner Suarez's district, he was our sponsor there. And thank you to all the commissioners who voted yes on this project. It's coming to fruition, and we should be getting our certificate of occupancy very soon. So the house will be listed at cost. We're not going to make a profit on this house because we built it to, again, demonstrate the feasibility of shipping containers as an affordable housing solution in South Florida.
Well, shipping containers are making their way. A lot of restaurants are doing it in Wynwood, over town.
Charcoal and in Wynwood.
Right, and there's the down south in Palmetto Bay, 168th Street. It's called Smoke, or used to be called Pig Floyd. They have 2 shipping containers, and it's rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
It's totally impressive.
Yeah, and it sustains Category 5 wins. So for those who are considering a tiny home concept, it's absolutely a great idea if you don't need a lot of space and you want something that's, that you can own and that you can, just have as your own place. It's a great option.
Gene Flynn, former mayor of Palmetto Bay, two times. I've seen the container home. I was looking to replace my place in Tavernier with a shipping container. But first of all, you've never invited any of the Millers to your Tavernier home. But we'll get to that. Who can I contact about someone who builds a home?
So, Gene, thanks for the question. There are vendors out there. The Miami Association of Realtors is we're not in the business of building shipping containers. We just did this as an experiment. But there are companies here in South Florida, and I can contact you offline. I have Gene's phone number. I can certainly provide you with some vendors that build shipping containers.
Okay. Now somebody was just texting me more about your campaign, one of your supporters. All right, we have a few minutes left. We're gonna find out who you are. You ready?
Okay.
You're paying attention.
Okay.
You sure?
I am.
Okay.
Tell me.
You sure?
I think so.
Okay. Quickly, who's your favorite politician as a kid?
Abraham Lincoln.
No, that's not fair. That's a hat. Give me somebody else.
Ronald Reagan.
Okay. Your favorite French fries in Dade County? Where do you got a certain place you like French fries? Cheese fries?
Fuddruckers.
They do have good French fries. Where do you eat chicken? Not your favorite chicken restaurant.
Chick-fil-A or Popeyes.
You know what?
Popeyes is really good.
I love
Chick-fil-A.
You know what I love about Chick-fil-A? This guy decided, I'm not going to open on Sundays because I believe in my religion.
I love it.
He's willing to take the loss.
I respect
so hats
that.
off to him.
Respect, yeah, for sure.
But I don't like it because I like eating Chick-fil-A. Your favorite burger place?
Oh, Fuddruckers.
Sure, Fuddruckers in Doral?
Yes, there is.
Oh, okay.
There used to be one where my parents live in Pinecrest off 104th and US 1.
Yeah, really?
Where I grew up.
I was waiting for you to say that.
So I used to go there every Friday when my grandmother was still alive. That was her favorite place to go. So we used to have a lot of fun times at Fuddruckers.
Your favorite pizza place?
Ooh,
People want to know who you are.
Favorite pizza place? There's a place in Doral called Masa. It's on 41st Street and 107th Avenue.
Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to Masa.
Okay, as a kid, do you remember a certain Thanksgiving year?
A certain Thanksgiving? No, I mean they were all good and with family. We've always had with family. Yeah.
Okay. Your favorite taco place?
Taco Rico.
Which one?
Well, there's one in Doral.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I know Taco Ricos are everywhere.
Right, so. Everywhere. Your favorite football team?
The Dolphins.
Okay.
Just because.
Oh, are we excited about the new quarterback?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Where's your favorite fish place?
Favorite fish place? Oh, the Fish House in Key Largo.
Wow. Okay. I can't wait to go there with you.
Or Key Largo Fisheries.
Oh, that's a good one too.
The backyard.
As a kid, who was your superhero?
Wonder Woman, of course.
See, people know. People, we laugh about it. People, everybody has the policy. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Your favorite sushi place?
Oh, the one Akashi in South Miami.
Oh, very good. You don't like my hat? Okay. Here's 2 tough questions. Okay. Favorite hot dog place?
Arbetters.
Dave Arbetter, they love you. By the way, when you go, Grant Miller has a hot dog. You get there. Okay.
Okay.
How many kids do you have?
I have 2 boys and 2 older kids. So we have 4 kids altogether.
Go. Birthdays. Name
them. September 14th, Eros. December 27th is Hermes, my little one. Nina is September 5th, and JC is June 30th.
Your husband's?
July 5th, the day after 4th of July.
Is your mother-in-law still around?
Yes, it's
a tough one.
It's March 14th.
That's open. And for everybody, when's your birthday?
May 23rd. Gemini, the best.
Remember all this. Okay, that's it for you. I don't have it. Somebody stole it. I had a Christmas as a kid. Do you remember the greatest Christmas gift you got as a kid?
Yes, the Barbie house cottage. The Barbie cottage. And the Barbie swimming pool. Everything Barbie. I was like, Barbie everything.
Wow. So do you
Barbie could do it all. Like I'm following in her footsteps.
On 836, do you have Sunset and 8 about?
No, Sunset is not in my district.
I just got a text from somebody. They took a picture. They live Sunset and 83rd. You'll like this, Ernie. They found a bald eagle in one of their trees.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Impressive.
Yeah. All right. So now people know who you are because one thing's policy, one thing's politics. Mm-hmm. This is not everybody thinks it's Republican, Democrat, Republican. No, people want to make sure people now vote who the best person is for that seat.
Agreed.
And you are the best person for that seat.
Thank you.
I want you to look at that camera and let's close it out. Tell us why they should vote for you. And we can't say punch your number anymore.
No. Bubble in my number.
Right. You got it. Close
like
this
a
out.
Scantron exam. My name is Ana Maria Rodriguez, and thank you so much for being with us today. I'm humbled to be a state representative representing House District 105 and would be honored to have your support for Senate District 39. I am from Miami. I'm one of us. I was born and raised in this community, and I will work my very hardest to represent this community in Tallahassee. Thank you so much.
And we're going to close it out with no music. There we go. Got our music.
Sting.
Everybody, have a great day. Miami Community Newspapers here. Have a good one. Bam.